So Ronda Rousey cannot speak about her time in MMA. I mean, that's fine, but let's not forget she created this entire awkward scene. We shouldn't forget that it wasn't that long ago that Ronda Rousey was the darling of the media. There wasn't a camera or a reporter she wouldn't give the time of day to in order to promote an upcoming fight or herself. But then something changed. That something was a loss to Hollyholm. And ever since then, Rousey's been this elusive figure that can only come out when Ellen DeGeneres calls, or can only speak to someone like a Ramona Shelburne who will advance her narrative in any way possible, as long as Rousey deems it fit. And that all has seemed to work for her in the last couple of years, until this past Tuesday, she went on ESPN to go through what they call the ESPN car wash and take a myriad of interviews, the myriad of different ESPN personalities to discuss her new career as a WWE superstar. That didn't go as well for her, because every time she was asked about the subject of MMA or her losses in MMA, suddenly it turned into a very awkward interview. At one point, she was even questioning if time travel existed. Now, these weren't tough questions, but Ronda definitely got prickly whenever these questions came towards her. And you know what? The MMA Twitter seemed to have a field day with her. This was as awkward as it got for Ronda, and everyone had a good laugh at Ronda. It seemed like she was the thin-skinned, petulant child that everyone has believed her to be. But you know what? It didn't have to be this way. Ronda Rousey is the one that has created this environment where everything about her is so awkward when it comes to MMA. Simply put, had she spoken to a member of the MMA media or the general sports media over the last couple of years, nobody would be asking her about her fights from 3 years ago right now. They'd be asking her about her current career. But no, after she lost, unlike most athletes who go face the music, give some stock answers, and get on with their lives, Ronda Rousey simply reverted into a shell. And now, when she tries to come out of that shell, she gets asked about her life and her former life and how that's going to affect her now, and she still cannot answer those questions. Look, Mike Golick, Max Kellerman, those aren't the toughest interviewers in the world, but she's entering into a venue where she's going to be a very public figure, and people are going to be getting at her. Of course, the day after this fiasco on ESPN, she has reiterated that if it wasn't for her upcoming career in the WWE, she would love to live in a private life all to herself and have nobody bother her. There is nothing fine with living in anonymity. But perhaps if you want to live in anonymity, you shouldn't choose a profession and go to a company whose sole purpose on this earth is to entertain its audience and be a public face. I'm Robert Vallejos, and that's my take.